Let's have a walkthrough of how you could use the case management features to help organize and track change control across product introduction, BOM management, route management. So let's have a quick look at the setup. So I'm going to go into organization administration, and what we have down here is cases. And so you'll see we have options here for case categories, and one of them is the product change. So if we have a look at the product change, this is a special one because it gives us the ability to have what's called validation rules. So if we look at a case created here, so product change, you'll see that there's a validation rule specified. So it's going to check if products are released and routes are approved, and so information about the management of the BOM introduction or the product introduction to production and being able to use it. So these are the fixed rules, but you could certainly add to them with customization capabilities in Dynamics AX. Alrighty, so let's have a look at how this is used. So you could also use workflow on this to control processes as well. So we'll cover that in a later video. So in this particular case, I'm going to go to my all products and masters in product information management, and I'm going to go and create a new product. So I'm going to just call this one X304, just a simple naming convention. And so I'm going to go to X304, and you'll see that we have a tab up here which is the engineering tab, and I can either create a new case or I could associate this with a case, for example. So you'll see, for example, this is a case that I created. And we'll go back through creating that, and I'll just show you some of the connections and how to use the case, and then we'll come back and look at the creation. So I'm going to associate it with this X300 product, and this is the case that we created there. Now we've got a case log, so I can add information about why I'm adding another item to this particular case. So this is a change specifically to the case that we're doing. So I've done that, and so you'll see, for example, if I hit the refresh button, I've got the case. So let's go and have a look at the case that we've got here. So this is the case. And if we collapse the tabs, we have associations down the bottom. And so this was our new raw product that we added, which is the X304. And so you'll see that in the case I'd already added some basic other products and components in there. I've also got a BOM and a route, so that's what we've already got in this case. So what it gives us the ability to do is keep track of all the changes, so you can see when the case was created, what happened, for example. So this was the log that I just put in there, which is new raw material. So it gives me the ability to see all the changes and who made the changes and why they were created. What we also have is the completeness check. So if I run that, what it's going to go and tell me is that what's might be wrong with this collection of products. So in this particular case, the X304 item isn't actually released. So this is one of the reasons to have the case, is that you can control all the information. The rest of looks pretty good because it doesn't find any issues with those particular processes. So let's have a look at another example of how we might use the case. I'm going to go into product information management, and I've already pre-created some simple products. I've just filtered them under X. So I've got X301, 302, 303, for example. Now, so X303 was an item, and what I have here is a basic list of items for a bill of materials. So the X300 is the one where the BOM is. So I'm going to go into engineering and have a look at my BOM lines. So you'll see here 301 and 302 are the component parts, and you'll see through the BOM management I can use the case processes here. I can use that at the line level, so when I make changes I can keep adding them to the case log. Same if we go and have a look at the route. So if I have a look at the route steps associated, I've got the product change. So it gives me the ability to log information about what's changed. And so if you combine that with security, you've got good change control logging capabilities. So if we go back to our BOM, for example, I'm going to add a new line here. So X303 is a new item number. Component line on the BOM. So I've made that change. Let's have a look at the case. So this is my number 6 case. So if we go and edit that, what we've got, if we have a look at the log, is that I don't see, for example, the 303 item in the list. So we have this option here, which is the where used analyze. So if I run this, what we'll see is it'll give us the information about the BOM. Now if we have a look at some of the other items that we've got here, so like say for example X301, that looks okay, and I say X302 for example, what it's going to go and tell me is that that's actually included in another BOM, so it gives me the option to associate this with the case here as well. So I can look through kind of the related information, see if it needs to be belong to all of the one case, so I can manage those. So I'll see my X303 item. I can associate this with the case, so I'm going to add it to my case. So we've added it there, and so if we have a look at our case and refresh that, now I've got this item together in the case, and so again we can do a compare and sort of say, well, this raw material is also used in these BOMs. So it gives us the ability to collect together all that information. So that's a really quick run through of how to use some of the case features for tracking the BOM product and route management.